So one of the most recommended advices when it comes down to creating a successful YouTube channel is to kind of niche down, consistency, and anything else? No, that's basically, oh yeah, and kind of consider what the audience wants. So I guess those are the three main recommendations for people to kind of say, okay, this is what you need to kind of consider. Again, consistency, niching down, and yeah, finding your audience and kind of catering to that audience, right? So those are the main recommendations when making a YouTube channel. I would say I disregarded two of those three when it comes down to this YouTube channel. I have been posting consistently. I just uploaded the episode 259th video on this daily, I don't really call it vlogging channel, but daily video channel where I basically ramble about whatever comes to my mind. And I always, hopefully, at least that's what I think and that is what I try, to include something that is, let's say, educational thing in every single video, either be it about what I really like, fitness or health, mental health, clearing a mindset, retro gaming, but also creating these YouTube videos or creating a YouTube channel in general. And while I kept consistency, I kind of stayed away from niching down, and I probably also not consciously, but subconsciously didn't cater to my audience that well, because obviously this channel isn't that successful. I got about, on average, 30 people of you who watch this video on a regular basis, as at least what I can tell from the view count, which is obviously not much considering I have done this for 259 episodes now. And I kind of want to re-emphasize and why I'm doing this, but more importantly, how this is actually helpful for my mindset, for my mental health. Because chasing numbers and kind of chasing an audience and therefore success on YouTube can be taxing on your mind, because that's basically wanting to build a career, wanting to be successful in a job, but not being, it's going to be really hard to be very successful in this. Let me just switch off the sound here so I don't get that many distractions. YouTube is hard, and I feel like many of these channels that kind of give you tips and tricks on how to grow a YouTube channel kind of disregard the fact that, and this, I guess, the reason why people don't want to talk about this is because it kind of undermines their talent and their hard work. And I'm not saying you might not be talented. I'm not saying you don't put in the work, but there is some form of luck, or not necessarily maybe luck, but some form of being at the right time and the right place to kind of generate success with the YouTube channel. And like with all jobs, as soon as something becomes a grind, so you have this goal of, let's paint this picture. So you have this goal of getting this big YouTube channel, and you're trying to find a niche. You try out so many different videos, and then suddenly, oh, okay, there's one video that really clicks and that goes viral, and suddenly you have a lot of subscribers. And then you think, okay, I need to repeat that. And maybe you do, maybe you don't. And then you think like, okay, what have I done wrong with the second video? Or why was this also successful? So all of those thoughts go into it, and then you double down on this niche. And suddenly, although the ball gets rolling, it is always this chase of that number. And maybe maybe this niche that you can work into suddenly dries out. Not necessarily in terms of views, but maybe you don't enjoy it that much anymore. But you worked yourself basically into a corner. You need to continue making these types of videos or these types of content because this is what your audience kind of has been subscribing for, right? So you need to kind of chase that, and you need to do these types of videos or this types of content. And that's what I mean. Then it becomes a grind. Then it has become a job, and suddenly it's not as fun anymore. And I'm not saying a job has to be fun, but it is better. I love my job as a freelance film editor. YouTube for me is my secondary creative outlet, and I can earn a little bit of money. Honestly, it's not much. There is an overestimation on what I earn with this, and some months when I do have a little bit of plus, it's not much. I can basically buy a burger with that. But most of the time I'm in minus, and I'm investing in this YouTube thing, and I don't earn any money. And again, I feel like people overestimate what you can make from YouTube. And actually being able to pay rent with this, it is so hard. And it is, again, something that people overestimate. And this grinding mindset, this work that you have to do, it's basically just working the same thing, like in an office that you don't want to work in. Maybe in the beginning you thought you wanted to, but then you realize, okay, all right, I get promoted, I get this higher up, and then you suddenly realize, okay, this is a 9-to-5 job, 5 days a week, and I don't enjoy it that much. And I kind of want, with this channel at least, I kind of want to protect myself. I just noticed on my main channel that it has been plateauing, and it hasn't been as much fun as it was when I started out. Not because I don't like making the videos. I love making these videos. I love reviewing bags. I love reviewing EDC. I love making videos, and I love rambling. But I do notice that people don't really enjoy my videos that much anymore, which obviously can be stressful because you build something and you obviously also want it to be successful. And then I kind of changed the formula a little bit. I changed it, and then you get comments like, oh, I preferred the videos like you used to. But then I'm sitting there, yeah, but all of the videos that I'm making where I put honestly 2 weeks of work into those videos, they flop. And then I make another video that is, for the lack of a better description, didn't have that much work, and I just basically recorded it and I didn't edit it, and people watch that because they get, for example, these EDC videos where I kind of summarize what I have been using every month. I do notice that as soon as a video, not necessarily only mine, but any other, I mean, there's so many like unboxing channels and stuff like that, they don't put any value into that product because it's not a review. They basically just look at the product and give you their first impressions. It's not a review. I do that too. I do unboxings. I do first impressions with some videos, but I try to be as critical as possible with those. But there are a lot of other unboxing videos where you clearly see it's nothing of value, but still people like to watch them because it kind of fuels that gear acquisition syndrome and they want to buy it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do see as soon as a video is more targeted towards, okay, I can buy something, or this is something that I want to buy, I want to double check that, there are much more views, which to me as a creator sometimes is a little bit frustrating again, because I have so many videos where I put so much work in and they flop, and then I make a video which is more catered, again, for a lack of a better description, for, okay, this is what I have been using, this is what you could buy. I'm not going into too much information why this is good or bad, for example. So a roundup video. And those work much better. And that's obviously sometimes frustrating if the videos that you really, really enjoyed making, no one is interested in that. And that can be stressful. It can be discouraging. And I try not to be discouraged. Maybe if you have been on my main channel, you have been noticing okay, maybe on this channel as well, I have been trying to stay away from the comment section because I don't know, maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I had honestly, I don't know, out of hundreds of comments, there were 2 comments that were unfairly negative, and that kind of, I don't want to say it broke me, but it was like, okay, this is enough. I don't want to read the comment section anymore. This pisses me off. This kind of brought me down the whole day. I always say I don't mind constructive negative feedback. I need that. I need in my workplace. I don't mind getting negative comments, feedback for something maybe that I edited. Hey, you're the client. You pay me. I don't. We can discuss it, and I have no issue with that. But as soon as something is unfairly, as soon as someone attacks me or insinuates something that clearly isn't true, that gets to me. And maybe I open up the floodgates now that I kind of show some weakness where my weak points are, but I don't mind. I am also very open about my weak points with other people, so I don't mind. But again, that was the straw that maybe broke the camel's back, and where I was like, okay, not going to look at the comment section that much. So maybe you noticed within the last few weeks or 2 or 3 months that I haven't been as active in the comment section as I used to be. I used to answer to every comment, but again, once you get 2, 3, 4, 5 negative comments out of 100, 200 comments that are good, or just ask some honest questions or have some very constructive feedback, those negative, unfair comments really grind my gear. And going back to what I was saying about this channel is, because I really want to protect the things that I enjoy making, which are the reviews, but also these videos where I just can kind of speak my mind. As I always say, I utilize this channel as a journal, as something where I can practice continuous talking to a crowd, basically. It really helps me, and it kind of, as I also always say, it offloads everything that's in here by verbalizing it and kind of recording it to a video file. It sets my mind a little bit free, because I don't have to think about whatever I'm talking about. And that's the reason why this channel is basically all over the place. It is, I don't niche down with this. I basically talk about whatever I like, and I hope some of you enjoy this and have some value out of this. And long story short, what I really try to communicate is protect, especially when it comes down to this YouTube channel that is very public. If you are creating YouTube channel, always remind yourself that you're doing this for yourself. It should be fun. You should enjoy it. Don't, yes, if your goal is to have your YouTube channel pay your rent, then of course niche down, concentrate on that, but be very, 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 very clear about why you're doing this, so it doesn't kind of frustrate you. Be also very clear that some form of luck or being at the right time in the right place is involved in making your channel successful. That's really important. It's not necessarily about you. You could be the best creative. I know so many directors and DOPs who are so talented, but they cannot kind of pull off a YouTube channel. Again, it's involved. There's luck involved, and if you know that it is, or if you realize that, it makes it easier not to blame yourself too much about it. Because if you blame yourself and tell yourself, "Oh, I'm untalented," or "I don't know what I'm doing," it will grind you down. But going back to what I was just saying, if it's not about paying rent, please protect it. It should be fun. Making these videos should be fun. And it should not be about chasing numbers. It should not be about making money, because interest attracts interest. If you love making these videos, it kind of translates in the video. People hopefully will see, oh, okay, that person really enjoys what he or she is talking about. For example, let's say you create the Magic the Gathering channel. If you're really passionate about that, people will be much more attracted to watching your video because they just feel that you really are passionate about what you're talking in that video, right? So again, it's all about, for me at least, making these videos should be enjoyable to you, and you shouldn't, in my humble opinion, again, as long as you don't want to kind of pay rent with that, I think just do whatever you like. Make these videos and kind of consider them something fun that you are doing and that you enjoy, and that way you potentially learn something. And now I rambled so much again. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that was just on my mind. So let me know what you think about this. And again, I highly encourage everyone to create a YouTube channel. All right, maybe check out my video from yesterday where I talked about the Goblet of Fire audiobook full cast edition in the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Thank you very much.